Alright, so what the plan is today is I want to go into the grocery store and pick up a couple of different snack bars, and then we're gonna, see which ones are good. Basically, I don't know, I'm actually not so much into bars at the moment. So when we come into the grocery store, you will see just how many different bars there are. Protein bars, this and this and this and this. Why are there so many bars? Are they really that popular? And which ones should you buy? I'm not going to pick up a lot of them. I'm just going to pick a few. And then, I will give you a couple of pointers of what my own opinion is and why I would choose that one or that one. It's not going to be a taste test per se. I guess there might be maybe a couple that I'm picking up that I haven't tried before. But, my thing is more that I want to pick out the ones that I would really buy, that I would go for. And, there's certain reasons why I would go for a bar and why maybe I wouldn't, go for another bar. And I will be explaining that also, why I choose the ones that I do choose. The energy and snack bar aisle, and, have you hit that one lately when you went to the grocery store? It's insane. It's like, it's the whole aisle. It's a whole aisle full of only bars. I will show you. It's crazy. It's like a jungle out there. And, you really have to know what you want to look for. And I mean, of course, these are my own criteria for what I would select and why. And, everybody's different. You might have completely different opinion on why you want a certain bar over another bar than what I have for me. So I just want to share, what I personally would look for when I search out a bar to eat. Back from my little mission, and I pretty much went through the whole aisle, checked all of these bars out, and I picked up 3 bars in the end. 3 bars out of all the ones that they had. Those were the ones that I would go for according to the ingredients and what they're good for and etc. I will go into more detail later, but the one that I'm currently tasting here, because I picked up 2 of those because I thought I should maybe eat one of these, is this one here. Warrior Chia Protein Bar. I've only had 1 bite so far, so I can't say very much. The flavor is honey almond, and it is definitely more of a chewy kind of a bar. I will get back to the results later. Alright, so I'm back home from my little shopping mission, picking up a couple of energy bars that I think are good options, healthy options to reach for on the go. So what do I personally look for in a bar? When I stand in front of this huge aisle of options, why do I pick one over another? So for me, I want the bars to have a good protein to sugar to fat content. And this for me means, it should have at least 10 grams of protein. It should have a maximum of 10 grams of sugar. And, the fat content, for me personally, while I do glance at the number, it's kind of the last thing that I look at, and it's not, it doesn't have as much importance to me personally. For me, the actual ingredient list is much more important. So I want my bar to contain natural ingredients and be nutritionally valuable. I personally do not really care too much about these like man-made protein powders and things, but I rather want my protein to come from natural ingredients, like for example hemp seeds or chia seeds. So there are natural ingredients that are naturally high in protein. And those are kind of the ones that I want to rely on, and those are the ingredients that I'm looking for to be in my bars. Me personally, I also want my bar to be dairy-free if possible, and also quite important to me is that it is non-GMO verified. Personally, I don't need it to be gluten-free or anything like that, but I will mention here in the video if it is, in case this is a concern that you have. So, you know, these are the criteria that I have, and you can probably imagine that this is already gonna narrow down my choices quite a bit. You know, when it comes to the flavor, I'm actually pretty open-minded with just one exception, and that is that I just don't care for anything with peanut butter in it. But you know, peanut butter seems to be really popular, and as far as I can tell, most of these brands do have some sort of a peanut butter option. So if that's what you like, you know, you're gonna probably be able to find that as well. Yeah, I just don't care for anything peanut butter. I love any other nut butter, but peanut is just not my thing. So the 3 bars that I wound up choosing all fall within my selection criteria that I mentioned. And also, you know, all 3 bars do come in several different flavor options. So in case you don't care for the ones that I picked up right now, there will be other options, and I will also mention them. So my choices were the Health Warrior Chia Protein Bar in the flavor Honey Almond. Also, I picked up the Manitoba Harvest Hemp Bar in the flavor Chocolate. And last, I picked up the gomacro Macrobar in the flavor Sunflower Butter plus Chocolate. Now, the Health Warrior Bar, it also comes in peanut butter and cocoa flavor, and this one has 10 grams of protein, 10 grams of sugar, and 9 grams of total fat. The protein content in this bar would come mainly from almonds and an ancient grain blend, and so this bar does have good ingredients, and it is also gluten, dairy, and soy free. My only issue with this bar personally was the texture. You know, it was just too crunchy for my personal liking, but again, this is my own opinion, and you know, you might completely love this crunchy texture of this bar. So if you think you like a crunchy bar, you should definitely give it a try. And the price that I paid for this one is $1.99 US. Now, the Manitoba Harvest Hemp Bar, it also comes in the flavor Apple Cinnamon, which is actually the one that I tasted during a different video last week. And also it has a third option, this one. It also comes in vanilla as well. That bar, it also has 10 grams of protein. It only has 8 grams of sugar. However, the total fat content is higher at 16 grams. You know, just keep in mind in general that the amounts that I mentioned for protein, sugar, and fat, they will also vary within the same brand depending on the flavors. So for example, you know, the apple cinnamon one here that I tried before, that one has 10 grams of protein as well. It is 10 grams of sugar and 15 grams of total fat. Now, the main ingredient in this bar is hemp hearts. You know, and that's where the protein content comes from, basically. This bar has also very good ingredients, and it is vegan. I personally did enjoy, you know, both the texture and flavors of this bar, and I paid $2.49 US for this one. So my last pick, the Macrobar, this actually used to be my go-to a couple of years ago. You know, there was a time when I was eating energy bars pretty regularly, and you know, my CVS used to have these, and I would just pick this up pretty often actually. So I found it interesting. You know, this was still among my top picks. The Macrobar comes in 4 flavors. So there's also cashew caramel, there's a peanut butter and chocolate chip, and there's also an apple and walnuts one. So the sunflower butter plus chocolate, this one here, this option has also 10 grams of protein, it has 9 grams of sugar, and it has 8 grams of total fat. And the main protein sources in this bar are, you know, the sunflower seed butter and also sprouted brown rice. The ingredients in this one, again, are also really good, and this bar is also vegan, and gluten-free. And I personally do enjoy both the flavor and the texture of this bar, and I paid $2.49 US for it. So yeah, I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. Please just give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed it and would like to see more content. You know, I hope that, you know, this really helped you out a little bit when you're standing in front of all of these options. It's just insane how many bars there are out there. And you know, you typically, when you want to pick up a bar, you're in a rush, you're on the go, you just want to pick up something quickly, and there's this massive aisle of choices, and you know, you have no idea what to pick. So hopefully I was able to give you a couple of pointers of what my personal opinion is a healthy and good choice would be for an energy bar on the go. Now, I am aware that I didn't mention, you know, certain other criteria, such as, for example, the total carb amount or the calories of these bars. And, you know, while I do glance at these numbers, for me personally, I don't worry too much about them. You know, for me, the actual ingredient list is much higher importance. But if you need these numbers, I will be very happy to give it to you, and just leave me a comment below if you would like me to, you know, share more information about what's in these bars. So thank you so much again for watching this. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, I will see you in my next video.